Hi everyone, my name is Jury Love. My website is jurylove.com, Juri love love.com. Today I want to talk about doing a podcast on your iPhone. So my friend told me about this app called Anchor. My friend Richard Tillman, I was talking to him and he said he was interviewed by somebody with the iPhone for the podcast. So I've always wanted to do the podcast. So I'm like, how can I do it? So I downloaded an app. It's a free app called Anchor, and I don't know if you can see my phone, but right here it's called Anchor. So the Anchor, when you tap on Anchor, so this is my Anchor app inside, and I started on December 8th, 2019, and today I just did my 38th episode, and thanks to all my friends who have been on my show, which is called Now or Never. And obviously you can choose whatever title you want to do for your podcast and have niche. And then mine is Now or Never, and then I'm always asking my guests what is your now or never moment. So when you become when you became a photographer, what was your now or never moment of becoming a photographer? And also I ask guests, what is your now or never moment advice for people who's facing the now or never moment? So if you wondering maybe they should become a photographer or actor, what is your now or never moment of advice? And then it's being really interesting experience because you get to know people. And I'm a reporter. I write for a newspaper. I'm a journalist as well. So I interviewed a lot of people. But for the podcast, it's about half an hour show, and you really get to know that person. And I really like being spontaneous and then asking questions. But usually what I do is I also do TV show host. So I usually ask what's three things that you want me to ask, and then it seems to be working well. Or I've known somebody for a long time, and then I already know what to ask. But for some guests, like for instance, I was introduced to this wonderful actress in New York from my friend, and I didn't know anything about her. But I talked to her about like noon, and then I interviewed her like 9, 10 p.m. that day, and I didn't know much about her, but I just asked her like, "What do you want me to ask?" And as you go on a podcast, I think you can naturally come up with some questions. And what I usually do is I go to the app. Before that, actually, I want to show you. So this app is really great. They have analytics, how many people have listened, and actually you get money. I've had about 1.3K total plays, and then I made about glorious $9.62 cents. And the way that it works is the Anchor gives you a script, like a voiceover script, to talk about some advertisement. And my first one is about Anchor, like that people should download the Anchor app and then listen. It has to be 30 seconds at least, depending on how fast you read. But I think I haven't had another ad that I was asked to say, but it's like a voiceover. But you have to have that segment of 30 seconds in between your audio file. So let me show you. So today I interviewed a wonderful guest, Marquise. And then when I tap on Marquise episode, you can see his photo and his play and different things. So usually I ask one photo from the guest and their title, and then informations and stuff. So what I did is I did the introduction, which I say, welcome to another episode of Now or Never. My name is Julie Love. I'm your host. Today we have exciting guests, blah blah blah. So then after that, do you see this green icon, which is the advertisement that you have to put in, and you can put it at the beginning, at the end, or in between the audio segment, and that's fine. Then I had this two chunk of episode recording. One was for about 4 minutes, about 5 minutes, and then one was about 22 minutes, and then I have this outro. And every time you record, say if you want to do the new recording, you have this mark that you record, and after you record, and you can add music, add background music. So it's very convenient, and it's interesting that you basically choose the music from different categories, like beat, calm, cheerful, and then you put it. But then really smart thing about this Anchor app is when you listen to your interview, you hear the music loud, and then when the voice comes in, whoever is speaking, the music goes down, and then music stays under your voice, so it kind of mixes by itself. So it's really brilliant. And then when the interview or your segment is over, then the music comes up, so it's almost like a donut. So it's really amazing. And also you can publish it right away, obviously, and then you have an option to trim the audio. So today I had some problem with audio. Actually, there are two types of things that you can do. You can meet in person, and then you use your phone, and you ask them to say it, and then make sure you like put your iPhone on their mouth, like near their mouth, like this, so you can hear them clearly. And another thing is, if the guest is not reachable, right now we're doing like social distancing, but regardless, I had a guest from two guests from LA, and actually three. I think I was interviewed by one person, and two guests from LA and two from New York. And then it's really amazing because basically you send the link, and then when you do this icon, and then it has an option, invite friends to join. So when you click on that, then you are gonna be able to copy and then text the link, and then when they join, then this music will stop, and then you get an alert, and then you can do it. I think you can do multiple guests. I only had just one, but I only had used like one guest at a time. But I think you can do maybe, I don't know how many ever. But so far it's really fun for me to interview people, and then just have another tools to get to know people, and it's been really fun. I've again, I have like 38 episodes. Oh, by the way, my podcast is Anchor.fm, and I think it's Chewy Love. If you go to the URL, let me see. So you can search Now or Never Chewy Love. Then you can see. Let me see. Hold on a second. Anchor.fm/jury hyphen, not hyphen, that. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say love. Jury hyphen, I think, love. So anyways, so you can listen to that. And so far, I've gotten really great feedback from the guests, and I think my most listened episode is about 99 plays, and I'm very grateful, so people can share it. But I think the most important thing is that again, you have to have some niche, like constant, like same question. So my case again is now or never, and so I usually do introduction, and then I do some set of questions, and then sometimes if it's in person, sometimes I stop and then ask another question and put up music and stuff. But then if it's a remote interview, I just do like half an hour straight interview, which is fine. And I really think podcast is fun I've never done it, and I've always wanted to do it. But sometimes when you are driving, when you are cooking or doing something, you can casually listen to it. But I try to put some good content out there, and I hope you can check out my podcast as well. So if you're interested in, you can download Anchor, and I really love the app.